Hello there again. Back to marketing management. Today we're going to look at Unit 7, which contains the step 4, or the last step of strategic marketing planning. It's about control and evaluation. I'll try to explain you how organizations, marketing organizations, control and evaluate their marketing performance. Now, the question is, how is your marketing plan going on? How is it measuring up? Are you going in the right direction, or you're not going in the right direction? Are you achieving what you aim to achieve or not? So you need to answer some questions before that. Is your strategic marketing planning in parallel with the company's strategic initiatives? Have you learned anything from situation analysis? Can you handle the current marketing mix? Do you have strengths and opportunities available? Do you have any weaknesses and threats that might endanger your plan? You see, this is like crossing the road. First, you make your objective. You look at the point that you're going to cross the road. Then you look at the situation by looking left and right, if any cars or anything else is coming. And then you make a strategy, walk or run. But as you walk across the road, you still have to analyze your situation all the time, look left and right, any cars are coming or not, are they getting faster or slower. Then your strategy changes accordingly at every step, whether you would run faster now or walk slower. This is the same as control and evaluation. The same logic lies behind it. You must check all the time if your marketing objectives are measurable. Does your objectives, strategies, and program, sometimes called tactics, relate to each other? Have you made a cost and benefit analysis for each strategy? Is everyone involved in the planning process and implementing it? Everyone that was assigned, I mean. Is it a shared vision, your business vision? You must share, you remember the vision statement, Unit 1? You must check that everyone has got the same vision and same mission understanding. And then if you can answer these questions happily, positively, then you can start controlling and evaluating your plan. Now, implementation, here's the definition, is the process that turns marketing strategies and plans into marketing actions in order to accomplish the strategic marketing objectives. So, this control and evaluation together means implementing the plan. You have objectives, and against these objectives you set up a strategy and a program to achieve that strategy and then reaching the objective. It may include day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month, checking on what's going on at longer periods maybe. Now, there's another definition here. As you know, the marketing plan talks about where are we going, where are we now, what and why we're going to do these marketing activities, how we know we reach there, those questions. But implementation, in other words, control and evaluation, asks what we're going to do, who is going to do, where, when, and how these activities will happen. This process is for management, of course, so that management can ensure that marketing objectives are fulfilled. Now, there are some advice or comments on what happens if you poorly implement a plan. Isolated planning, not realistic, too general. Making trade-offs between long-term and short-term objectives, you may sidetrack. People might resist to any change that you're going to introduce to company in order to reach an objective. There must be integration of finance, marketing, and in fact coming to that with other departments. Marketing is a philosophy that the whole company should see and accept. Okay, now, so action factors that will lead to success in your action program are the ones that will pull people together. You will need the right organization structure that will help you to form a team, a structure into fulfilling your objectives. You must take good decisions, appropriate decisions, reward system, planning, budgeting, remuneration, etc. that will help the people to achieve their objectives, motivate them. You must carefully plan your human resources. Your marketing strategy should fit the company culture, or vice versa actually, which is a set of beliefs and values shared by everyone in the organization. Now, what is control? What is operating control? And what is the strategic control? So in marketing control, we evaluate the results, we measure and evaluate them, the strategies and plans, and we take corrective action to ensure that marketing objectives are attained. For example, marketing objective. We will get 10% of the market share in targeted segment A. That's a marketing objective. We must ensure that our plans, strategies will make us go there, control that. Now, on the operating control, we check people's performances, our performance, and take corrective action when necessary if we are off track, if we are not going towards the objective. Now, in the strategic control, we make sure the company's basic strategies are well matched to its marketing opportunities. So, can you see? We don't just plan, write a document, and leave it somewhere. And we don't change it until the end of the planning period. We must reconsider our planning on daily basis. We must control, this will be done by control and evaluation and implementation. Like I have given you in the example of crossing the road, as you cross the road, you should still assess the current situation and change your plans, implementation, control, everything accordingly. Now, here's an idea I borrowed from somewhere about the control process. You set goals, you measure performance, evaluate performance, take corrective action. We're going to look at this again at the end of this Unit 7. But it was trying to understand it. Set goals, we mean what are we trying to achieve from marketing point of view? How much sales, how much market share? Or are we going to achieve, say, creating awareness about a product to a certain percentage of a population in a given time? What's happening? Are we reaching that? Are we reaching that goal? Why is it happening if we are not reaching there? Or if we are reaching there, why is it happening? And what should we do about it if it is not? This should be all in the control process. Now, here's something in practice. To control, of course, and evaluate, we need budgets. Here's a typical basic budget. We can write this year's sales, cost of sales, contribution, operating costs, marketing and sales costs, expenses, net profit, company sales growth, market sales growth. So we can compare our sales growth with the marketing growth. Now, on the column it says this year, these should be actual figures. But next year and 2 years later should reflect your goals, your objectives. What amount of sales you like to achieve next year or 2 years later. You write that. And then the rest comes after that estimate comes automatically, because you can estimate your cost of sales easily looking at the previous years. And you can, contribution is just an arithmetic thing, sales minus cost, and so on. So when you do this, and at every period, you look at your budget. If you're achieving the budget, agreed, that means you're in the right direction. If not, you go back, you say, what's happening? Why is this happening? Who is responsible? What's going wrong? Are there any changes in the marketplace? And so on. But finally, if you look at the bottom of the budget, the most important two entries there are comparing the company sales growth with the market sales growth. If we are growing below the rate of market growth, remember from unit 2 or 1, you will see that that is not, we are doing that is no good. We are doing something wrong. Either our strategy is wrong, or there are other things that need to be corrected in the company. And finally, from management's point of view, this is a monitoring table or a schedule. You have here 6 entries, but you can add or subtract some of these entries. When we say objective, we mean, remember, something measurable, an action that is measurable with a time limit. We can put in a sales patch in an area, we're going to increase sales by this much in this amount of time, by the end of the month, by the end of the year. The strategy is, how are we going to do it? Are we going to develop our products? Are we going to do penetration strategies in that market? What are we going to do? We write that down. Now, program is weekly or daily program or tactics to achieve this strategy. Like, if you're going to increase advertising, in the program we write what advertising, what do you mean by increasing, who is going to do it, how are we going to how long it will take, and so on. It'll be under timetable. When will this advertising campaign start? When will it stop? Who will be responsible? So the manager can follow that person. That person can come and report to the manager at periodically, saying, yes, this was the objective, the strategy, but I'm following this program. And I finished my deadlines, or I'm still working on it. And so far, I have achieved this much, or I need this and that. I need more training. I need more men. I need more information to achieve this. And if you like, you can add performance indicators, which is a good practice, I was told, that to check that person, to check the company, to check the plan. If the plan is going slow, for example, then you set yourself a time performance indicator. It has to be achieved in this much. You have to put yourself the amount that needs to be achieved. Anything you see as performance indicator, qualitative or quantitative, can be written there. And as I said, in the monitoring thing, you can add more on this table. Now, where do the objectives figure come from? From your budget. Where does the strategy and program comes? Those two come from your Azov matrix, growth objectives, marketing mix, and so on. The timetable, again, comes from the objective. The objective gives a time limit. So within the time limit, you need to plan your program to achieve that objective. Okay. This was a short unit. We come to the end of it. Thank you very much.